dad, a mum, a brother, a little sister.
Mum's cool.
My dad is ace. He does everything. He spoils me.
I don't see my dad.
I've met loads of people that are in foster care.
My mum and dad always buy me Haribo.
She's on. My nan's an OAP, but she likes to be called a concession. She doesn't swear.
It's just family. You meant to like them.
I was 5 when I actually got adopted by him, because I remember I was in foster care from a young age because my dad's saying things on lots of drugs and everything. And I just remember one day my foster parents said, there's 2 people coming to see you and they want to be your parents. I was like, fair enough.
I was living with my mum, then I moved in with my dad, then I went back to my mum, then I went back to my dad, and then me and my stepmom kept fighting. Oh, which is the day when I knocked her out. That's so funny. I was only 12. And then went into care. And then I went back to mum for 18 months, and then I got put back in care again.
My mum's got a mental health problem, and because I was so worried about her when I was younger, I never used to go to school. I used to stay home and look after her all the time.
And from the moment I saw them, I knew they were my parents and everything. I wanted to be in. Like, as soon as I saw my dad, though, the dad now, they said that I looked exactly the same as him and everything. And
I always used to get, well, I did used to go to school, but I used to just walk home at like break time or lunchtime, so I was too worried about her. I used to get really badly bullied when I was in primary school as well. And, well, I don't know, it just wasn't good really, because it was like I was the adult and she was a child. I was like looking after her. I used to cook and look after my brother and everything.
Alright, I'm Paul.
I'm Sam.
And this is Sherborne School. Come on! This is Becky. She is a teacher at this school. Well, sort of. Don't know if she actually teaches anything. I think she's just damage control. The kitchen! I love food and drink. You're not going out with Richie anymore?
No, I'm not going out with you.
Because they all come here for different reasons, don't they? Some of them come here because they've been kicked out of mainstream school. Some of them have got learning disabilities, or some of them just can't work in big groups. That's why I'm here, because I can't work in big groups of people. So I just come here because it's only little groups. But you still do your GCSEs and whatever way as well.
Doing 3-dimensional drawing and kicking boys and boys.
My nan, she just thought that it'd be better, rather than me like giving up my childhood just to look after my mum. She told us social services, and then I just got a social worker when I got taken into foster care. The first lady I went to, she lived in Swanage, and she was just like a carer to start off with, but she never had like foster children before. And I went there and she really didn't know what she was doing. She just like, didn't talk to me or nothing. She was just like the sort of person, you've got to stay here and that's it. And then I used to live with a lady in Weymouth as well, but she had her own children, and I didn't like that either, because it just made me think, well, why are they here and I'm not with my mum, sort of thing. One in Blanford after that, and that was like an emergency placement, because when I ran away from the one in Weymouth, I had to stay in the police station overnight because I didn't want to go back there, and I did explain why and that, and they understood. So, and then they found me a lady in Blanford, and I wouldn't have minded staying there because she was really nice, but I could only stay there for 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks was up, and then I was a bit pissed off because I had to move away again. The lady that I'm with now, she's been fostering for about 25 years now. She's like a really caring lady. She's really nice. And she lets me see my mum if I want to. She'll just go down, take me to her house, and I'll stay there for a couple of hours and she'll pick me up.
If I could put my family anywhere, I'd put them in this can here. Do you know why? Because when I was younger, my brother smashed my head against the wall repeatedly. It was fun in foster care. I had my own private room, no one came in without knocking, and I chose to take him in or not. We want a friend! It was better than living at home.
No, I did!
Mum's nice to me.
me feed me.
I just say, look, I'm going out for a fag, and then I just run to like closest bus stop or the closest train station.
Because I used to do running away quite a lot as well, and it doesn't get you anywhere. If you keep running away, then you get moved further and further away, so I got put in Devon and everything.
When I first went into foster care, they did put me like in a closer place near my mum's, but as I kept running away, they just kept moving me further and further away. So it was harder for me to get there, but I always did find a way in the end.
Used to skive a lot, used to disappear, just used to run away because I didn't like school. Sneaking around, trying not to get seen by cars. There's too many people, loud, tall, and they block the sunlight because I like home. That's the only place I didn't run from. But if I ran away from here, my mum would never go at me. Because she looks stupid in front of everyone. Because after what she's done to try and get me back here.
This is my big sister Adam. This is my little brother Puke. This is how my Xbox got broken. This is how I got my head smashed against the wall. This is why I am here now.
So I started smoking a bit of weed, and then that was calming me down, and I'd come into Sherborne and then I'd take harder stuff with older people, so...
Parents didn't like it around there because there's like skagheads and all that stuff around there, and apparently I'm easy led on, so they thought I might do it, so they moved down here. That's why.
How did they hear of Gil?
Family. I've got an auntie who lives in Mere. She's only like 5 minutes away from Gil.
I'm not strong enough by myself to just say no to them, because I've been doing them for the best part of 2 years, and after a while that's all I wanted was more and more. And like, they had told me before, don't do it anymore, but I wouldn't listen to them because I just wanted more. And then they started sitting down with me and telling me why they didn't want it, and I understood a lot more, and it just got easier to think my mum and dad, it's really hurting them inside to know that I'm doing drugs and everything, and they've never had the problem in the family before. And so I just, every time I got offered something, it'd be like, no, I've got to think about my mum and dad and what they'd be like and how upset they'd be, and it just really helped me to know that they'd always have, like, look after me if I did get into any trouble and anything, but they wouldn't go into if I was still doing drugs and it was inflicted by it. But so it just reassured me that they still did love me, and because that was always going through my head sometimes, was that they don't really like me and everything, but they like reassured me of everything and just helped me through it.
I wouldn't go on that stuff, but yeah, I think I'd be proper easy led on like that. This kind of stuff that goes on out there. Get in trouble a lot, I reckon. So better off down there.
Basically, we come here every Tuesday and just groom that, well, whatever Julie needs us to do really, feed the animals, groom them, take the baby goats around for a walk or anything, just to train them up and, like, you know, to let them know that you're in control and stuff like that.
I'm doing a lot better for myself now that I'm living in foster care. You know, I've got more friends and stuff now I'm in foster care and I'm going to school. I did think it was a good idea though, because I couldn't carry on like that. Not that I would rather live with my mum obviously, but she can't cope with it and I don't think I can either.
What I would advise is that, you know, if you want any help, then speak to your foster parents, or just tell your mates, or, you know, just get really friendly with a teacher or someone, and you'll always have someone to talk to.
Because at one point through foster care I thought I'd never going to get a parent, so I found it hard through foster care, but when I got adopted it got a lot easier for me. And I just knew that someone did want me, and I went on my own, really.
What do I think the perfect family would be? Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know. Don't have a clue. Well, no family's really perfect, are they? But still.